know that you can make hummus at home with fresh ingredients? Our Family and Consumer Sciences agent, Vijay Zabala, is here to show us how. Welcome, Vijay.
Thanks for having me, Celeste.
Is it easy to make hummus?
Very easy. All you need is a food processor and a couple of steps, and you'll have your own ready-made hummus at home.
And really, you're using fresh ingredients, which is probably healthy for you.
Yeah, and it also gives them more flavor rather than the stuff that is a little bit artificial or prepackaged. So when you get the fresh ingredients, you really get the best benefits and flavor.
So you have started it in here for us so far because it takes quite a couple steps. Mm-hmm. So what was your very first step?
So the first thing that we did today was mix the tahini with the lemon juice, fresh lemon juice. And again, tahini is a sesame paste, so it's all those sesame seeds that get toasted and ground up. So that's the only thing I did not make today. I just got it at the store, and you can find it at most stores. And then after that, we mixed in some of the other ingredients. So our olive oil, our cumin, and our salt and our garlic went in.
And you had mentioned that you could make it with less salt or more salt, or
right. So some of us who have problems with high blood pressure, the doctors tell us to watch our salt intake. So by making it at home, you control how much salt you put in. Really, it's a half a teaspoon, but you could even go lower than that.
Lower than that. So what you did was the first step was the tahini and the lemon juice, and you pulsed it for 1 whole minute, yep. or food processed it. Then you added the oil and the lemon juice next?
So it was the tahini with the lemon juice for a minute, and you kind of scrape it down in between, making sure that you get it all blended. Then you add your oil, your garlic, your salt, and your cumin. Again, you pulse it and you make sure that you blend in between to really scrape it and get it all in there. And then we started with the chickpeas and only got about halfway so that we could finish it today.
Oh, can I do it?
Absolutely. So
Great.
You could just put those chickpeas in.
So I did want to ask you, because the chickpeas do have sort of a skin on them, do you have to take that off?
You don't. It's an optional step. If you want it to be smoother and less chunky, you could take 10 minutes to rub out the chickpea skins, but honestly, I think a little chunky is just fine and you get more fiber that way.
Yes, so now we're finishing it off with the last ingredient.
And then we'll just pulse it for about a minute or less, and if we wanted to, we could add water to thin it out if we think it's too chunky.
Yeah. So I'll be the official taste tester.
Yes. So it just kind of blends them all together, makes it nice and creamy. If you take a peek at the top, you can kind of see them too.
There we go.
So as you can see, it's already pretty much done. It's just a matter of how creamy you want it to be, how much longer you keep pulsing it for, and if you wanted to, you could add a little water.
And if it wasn't thick enough. So I think we should try it, right? And we're just using pretzels, but people use vegetables.
Oh yeah, I love
crackers.
To dip carrots in there, or even broccoli, anything that's a little crunchy and lets you pick up the hummus.
Wow, it's
what
really
do you think?
Good. It's perfect.
Yay.
Now you do have some paprika, so you might put paprika on at the end?
On top, just to make it look pretty, so if we wanted to scoop some out.
You probably need to scrape.
Yeah, if we wanted to scoop some out of the bowl to maybe serve it, you might put it down in the center, maybe have some vegetables around it, even if you're taking it to go. And then we'll just place that guy right there, and we'll dash it with some paprika. You could even add a little bit more olive oil if you like the olive oil flavor. And
or water if it wasn't thick enough. Well, it's delicious and super healthy for you, right?
Absolutely.
Fiber.
It has so much fiber, so that's good for our heart. It helps lower our cholesterol. You get in some vegetables, you get in some plant protein. There are so many good things about this recipe that I just can't get enough of it.
It's delicious. Well, thank you so much for being here, Vijay.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
It was fun. Now you know how easy it can be to whip up a batch of homemade hummus.